Hi guys, welcome to Spartan Station Preschool. We're so excited you're here today. All right guys, yesterday was Monday. So what comes after Monday? There's Sunday and there's Monday. There's Tuesday. That's right, today is Tuesday, April 14th, and I am so excited you're here today, guys. Now, if you remember correctly, yesterday we learned all about cows. So many fun, exciting things about cows. But today we are going to be learning about chickens. Are you ready? All right, let's see if we can find chickens up here. He's over here. Chicken, 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 chickens. All right, guys, so here are our chickens. All right, so let's talk about what we know about chickens. Well, we know that last year we hatched some, was it ducks? I think it was. We hatched some ducks last year. We were supposed to hatch chickens this year, but guess what? We have to stay home. So don't worry, we'll be hatching chickens again next year. And anyone who's going to kindergarten, you can come in every single day and see those chickie eggs, I promise. So we're talking about chickens this today. And things we know about chickens are that we like to eat them. What do we know that comes from a chicken? How many of you guys like chicken nuggets? I love chicken nuggets. How many of you guys like Chick-fil-A? I love Chick-fil-A. Well, guess where that comes from? Chickens. Chickens are so helpful for us. Another thing that's important that comes from chicken that we use all the time are eggs. Guys, how many of you guys had scrambled eggs for breakfast this morning? Benny did. She loves scrambled eggs. She ate scrambled eggs for breakfast this morning. How many of you guys have eaten cookies this week? How many of you guys know that you have to put eggs in to make cookies? What about bread? You put eggs in to make bread too. Guys, chickens are so important for us. And so we have chickens here, and today to teach you about chickens, I'm going to pull out those eggs that we use to be able to talk about how they grow inside their eggs and turn into chickens. So I'm going to grab those right now. Let's stick these chickens right back up on our board or my wall so that we remember we've learned about chickens. All right, guys, so if you remember, this is our pack that tells us all about how chickens grow every single day. I'm going to show you a few of these guys so you can see how they grow inside their eggs. So when we start off with our chickens and we had them in our class, remember we had to put them in an incubator because it didn't have a mommy chick to take care of it, and it had to make sure that it stayed warm and that there was water in the air to be able to make sure that they could hatch. So when our eggs, when we got them from the farm, we got them for the first time, remember we opened them up and this is what it looks like inside the egg. Now the eggs that we eat in the fridge do not have baby chicks in them. They cannot grow. You have to get special eggs that to make them turn into ducks or chickens. So these are not the ones in your fridge. You cannot turn them into chickens. But if you go to the farm, you can get some that you can. All right, guys, so that is day one. I see that there's, what colors do you see? I see white on the outside. I see yellow in the inside. That kind of looks like the eggs when I crack them to make different types of food. So this is day one. All right, well, let's jump ahead to day 5. Should you count with me? 1, 2, 3, 4. Day 5, this is egg number 5. Let's see how much changed in 5 days. That would be from Monday to Friday. So when you come to school at the beginning of the week and when you get to go home for the weekend, that's 5 days. Let's see how much a chicken has grown and see if we can tell a difference. Oh my gosh. Guys, do you see that? I see, what are those eyes growing? Oh my goodness. And look, the white's gone away and the yellow has spread out. And look at that baby chick starting to grow. That is pretty crazy. All right, guys, should we try 5 more days? All right, if we have 5 and we're adding 5 more days, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Because 5 plus 5 is 10. So let me see. Egg number 10. Are you ready to look at it? All right, here we go. Guys, in just 10 days, look what happens to those chicks. I see a beak. I see wings. I see legs. Isn't that crazy? Look at that baby chick. No feathers yet. But look at him grow in 10 days. It takes your mommy 9 months, actually 10, to grow a baby inside her tummy. And in 10 days, that chick went from that tiny egg with hardly anything in it into this one. All right, guys, should we check out number 5 more? Let's think. So we count by our 5s. 5, 10, 15. That's right. Let's get to our 15. All right, here's 15. Let's take a look. 15 is a little bit more than 2 weeks. So last week we learned all about things that grow, and this week we're learning all about farm, and that took 2 weeks to learn those things. That's how long this chick would have been in its egg. Are you ready for this? Look at that. You can see, sorry, I'm trying to find the right spot. You can see how it's starting to grow and it's starting to get feathers. Oh my gosh, guys. Now let's remember, what did it look like on day 1? Let me pull it up and see if I can get it open. Here we go. Oh my gosh, guys, look at that difference. In 2 weeks, 15 days, look what has happened. Look how fast that baby chick has grown. All right, guys. So 5, 10, 15, 20. And did you know it only takes 21 days for that egg to hatch into a baby chick? That's crazy. It takes moms a lot longer to make their babies. All right, so if we're looking at 20, I have to pull 19 because my 20 is missing. My kids were playing with them and lost them. So this is 19. But look at this, guys. Do you see how it's starting to have feathers? Guess what? At this day, in 2 days, it would start hatching. Is that crazy? All right. Our last one is always our favorite one. Do you guys remember what's in here? Let's open it up and see. Oh, a baby chick. Now remember, when baby chicks hatch, do we help them out of their eggs? We do not. We want them to be able to come out all by themselves. They have to use their muscles and push their way. And remember, they peck, and they have that pecking tooth on the top of their nose, and they peck, peck, peck all the way around in a circle until they get out. If you help them out, sometimes that means that their arms or their wings didn't get strong enough and they won't survive. So it's important that you always let them come out by themselves. Oh, look how cute that baby chick is. We loved having our baby ducks last year. Do you remember we put them in water and they swam? They did so many cool things. We're super sad we didn't get to do it this year, but you know what? I bet you were doing super fun things at home with your mom and dad that normally you wouldn't be able to. Sometimes things that are different seem hard, but sometimes they can end up being more fun. And we just have to remember that even if it's different, there's lots of things that are the same and lots of things that are better that can make it even more fun. All right, so for our first activity today, guys, we are going to make our own baby chick who's going to hatch out of her egg. Are you ready? All right, so the first thing you're going to need are 2 paper plates. Now, these ones are smaller than the ones that I used yesterday for the cow, but if you only have big ones, that's great. You could just have a big chick. All right, so I have 2 of them. Let's make sure I grab 2. Oh, I see them, but there we go. 2. So this one's going to be the back that the baby chick is going to set on, and this one is going to be the egg that we're going to cut in half. Should we cut that first? So you're going to take your paper plate and you're going to cut it in half. Now, you can cut into a straight line if you want. Or if you want to, you can go zigzag, which is kind of how they like to do it for this one. So you can do it anyway. I go side, and then I turn my scissors and side. Turn my scissors, side. Turn my scissors. It's a little tricky. You might have to get there. But guess what? When chicken eggs hatch out, they all hatch in different ways. Sometimes it's a little bit in the top. Sometimes it's in the bottom. Sometimes it's zigzag. So you can do it any way you want. And any way you do it is right for you. All right. Ooh. There we go. I cut it in half. So here's what's going to happen. If you have a brad at home, that's going to be awesome because it'll help you to swing up and close. But guess what? I don't have one in my house. Should I be sad? No, I can still make it work just the way it is. Here. So here we go. The baby chicken's going to say hello and goodbye and hello. All right, so we got to make our baby chick. So set these 2 pieces aside, and now you're going to get your next paper. Now, if you don't have paper plates, what shape is this? Circle. So you can just go get a piece of paper and do a circle with it. It's no big deal. It's the exact same. All right, so you have this, and what you're going to do now is you're going to need to make a circle to make our baby chick. Now, if you have yellow paper to cut at home to cut into a circle, that's fine. But if not, can you get markers and draw your own baby chick? Of course you can. All right, so I'm going to take this, and I'm going to make my baby chick a kind of more of an oval because he's going to be a little big. So I'm going to cut around. Now, if you need help, your mom and dad can draw on an oval for you. No big deal. All right, here we go. Here comes my baby chick. All right, he's kind of the same shape for me as the egg. There's my baby chick. Now, what does my baby chick need? Well, he's just a little baby chick, but I remember the first things that I saw growing in when we looked at day 5 was his eyes. So should we put eyes on him? Now remember, you can draw on eyes if you want to. And let me see. Oh, but I have some googly eyes I'm going to use. But if you don't have googly eyes, no big deal. You get a paper you can do it with, or you can do it with a marker, anything you want. So I'm going to take my googly eye and get some glue on. I'm going to stick it on my chicken. Oh, he's going to be a cute one. I got to push my glue up a little bit there. It was a little too low. All right, here's my next one. So here's my googly eye. And I'm going to put some on the back. My feathers that I'm going to be putting on in a minute are all over the place. They made a big mess in my house. I only had big feathers instead of little feathers, so I just got scissors and cut them up. Made a huge mess all over my house, but I think it's going to work for my chicken. All right. That's my chicken with 2 eyes. A little crooked, but that's okay. I think he's a super cute chicken. All right, the next thing we need is his beak. Now, you remember yesterday we talked about different shapes to make different faces? What shape do you think a beak is? Triangle, that's what I thought too. Or could you do a circle? Sure, whatever kind you want. But when you look at a chicken, usually it is a triangle. So you're gonna cut on one side, and remember you have that flat part right there, and then you can cut on the other side. And look what I just made. The cutest little beak. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and put the glue on, and I'm gonna put a beak on my baby chick. And guys, look, he is the cutest little baby chick ever. I love him. If you want to, you can put feathers on, but if you don't have feathers, no big deal. I would say you could draw feathers. I don't know how to do that, but maybe you do. And some of you guys have brothers and sisters at home who are super nice, and you know what? I bet they're looking at these and being like, whoa, how come they get to do super cool activities every day? I wish I could. If you're ever having a hard time, I bet you could go ask for their help, and they would love to come help you, because even some of your brothers and sisters came to Spartan Station, and I know that they'd love to help you because they're good listeners and helpers. All right, let's see. What do you think? That's my baby chick. Oh my gosh, those feathers kind of made him look a little silly. I think I might have liked him better without any feathers. So if you don't have any feathers, that's okay. Now you're going to take your other paper plate and you're going to glue him. Or if you don't have glue, you can always tape him here. Now guess what? If you drew your chicken, you can just skip this step because you already made your circle and made the nose, his beak, and his eyes, so you don't even have to worry about it. Sometimes it's easier just to draw instead of using all these other things. All right, here we go. Put tape on, or not tape, I'm using glue this time. Oh my gosh, one of my feathers fell off. That's so silly. All right, and I'm gonna put him right, pushing down in the middle of my thing. All right, now the other thing I'm gonna do is I'm going to glue the bottom piece down because I want my chick to live inside his egg because it's super cozy. Now, if you had a stapler, stapling would be super easy. I don't know if my glue's gonna stick very good. Well, that's what I'm gonna try. Maybe if this doesn't work, I'll get a staple later. All right, so many feathers everywhere. I told you it made a big mess in my house. All right, so I'm gonna put this here and glue it. All right, look at my baby chick hiding in the egg. And now guess what you can do? You can go ahead and put this on top and you can say, oh, it's time to wake up, baby chick. Wake up, and there he is. Or maybe your baby chick isn't ready to hatch yet and you can put it back on. Or he can hatch open and see you. Guys, I love making this baby chick with you. So that's our art activity today. Now, guys, yours is going to look completely different than mine because you are your very own person and you do your very best. And as Daniel Tiger says, your best is the best for you. And we love that. All right, our next thing is Mr. Matt's going to have a math activity. So make sure you go ahead and go on and look for Mr. Matt in the videos. And he's doing the math ones. And our next one we're going to do is literacy with me. Do you remember what literacy is? It's our ABCs, it's our letters. So what we're gonna do today is learn a very cool word, and it is called an adjective. Should we say that 5 times? It's kind of a fun new word. Adjective, 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 adjective. Adjectives are things that describe objects. So it might be something that describes a chair, something that describes an animal, or something that describes a person. So if I was looking for adjectives to describe my cow over here that we did yesterday, you see him? I might say it's black, it's big, I'm gonna say it's warm because it's a mammal. Those are words that I would use to describe him. That's an adjective. So in your paper, there were lots of different ones and it says, all about horses, and we're going to write descriptive words or adjectives. So let's do this one for horses. Now you're going to need, if you want to, you can draw what it is that you notice adjectives about them, or you can have somebody help you write them. All right, so I'm going to start off with my cow, because that's what we learned about yesterday. I bet we know. So if I was looking at my picture of the cow, how would I describe him? What would be a descriptive word I would use to describe my cow that would be an adjective? I'm going to say big. I think he's a big cow. I didn't have a calf in this picture. A calf is a baby cow. I had a cow. So I'm going to write big in here. B, b, e, g, g. Sometimes sometimes I have to sound out my words to be able to know. Here we go. Big, B-I-G, big. He's big. All right, well, let's look at our picture. What else do we notice? What colors do you see? Do you think there are cows that are other colors than this? There are. There are brown cows and black cows. But you're right, this one is black and white. So that's another way we can describe him, or an adjective is he is black and white. I should write that on my paper too. Or if I had markers, I could color with black and then maybe make some circles that look like whites inside. That would work too. All right, let's look at our cow. What do you think? What is something we could use to describe the way this cow looks? What do you think? Think hard. Sometimes it's hard to come up with new different words. Miss Sarah sometimes has a hard time coming up with different words. Do you think he's hungry? I think that cow's hungry. Do you remember how many times a day that cow is chewing? And remember, he doesn't bite, but he puts his tongue around and wraps it around and grabs the grass. So crazy. So I'm going to say he's hungry. Is that describing him? Yeah. All right, here we go. Hungry. Maybe if you're not writing words, but you're doing colors, you can go ahead and get markers and draw some grass because that's what they like to eat. All right, guys, so I give you 3 different papers in here. This one is a cow, but you also have horses and pigs. And you can find words to describe what they look like. Maybe you could even color your horse in the middle and then come up ways to describe them. But when we describe something that is a noun, then we are describing an adjective. Now, if we're describing an action, that's an adverb. So like if we say he's fast, that's describing an action that he did. If he was running fast. And that's talking about his running, not about him. So those are different things you can do. So go ahead and do these ones with your mom and dad, or maybe your brothers and sisters, or look at different ones and do that. All right, guys, there's also a pig one in there, which is what we're doing tomorrow. So if you did a really good job and you liked coming up with different words to describe them, then you should go ahead and do the pig one. I think tomorrow's our pig day. Another thing you could do is maybe at lunch today when you're sitting there waiting to eat, you could say, Mom, could I have a cold glass of white milk? That would be describing how the milk is that you want from your mom. That would be awesome. Or you could say, Mom, could I have some salty pretzels? What? Or brown pretzels? And you can work on describing them and making sure that you can find descriptive words. All right, guys, so we have done art. We have done math with Mr. Matt. We have done literacy. Now it's time for science. We actually talked a little bit about our science when I showed you all the different eggs and how a chick forms inside the egg. Inside your packet, you should have this, and it's called The Life Cycle of Chickens. Chicken Life Cycles. And down here it has all these pictures, and we have to decide what comes first. I'm going to start right here. First, second, third, fourth, fifth, and sixth. So the first thing I'm going to have to do is take my paper and cut the bottom. Do you see right here how all my pictures are right here? So I'm going to need to cut them out. So I'm going to draw cut a straight line right here, and then I'm going to clip, 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 cut, cut, and I'm going to cut them along there. And then you can help me look at the pictures and we can decide what comes next. So here we go. I'm going to cut. Open and shut. Open, shut. Open, shut. And remember, you keep your thumbs up. You keep your thumbs up. When you cut, cut, cut. Now guys, the good thing is this is easy cutting straight across paper, so you do not need any help from mom and dad. Mom and dad, if you're watching this and they say, Mom, Dad, I can't cut that. That is not true. You have very good cutters. You guys are great cutters. So make sure you do your cutting yourself. So I'm going to take this and I'm going to cut. And take this, I'm going to open it big so I only have to make one cut. Cut. Oh, I might even turn it this way so you guys can see what I'm cutting. Cut. Oh, that's a big chick. That looks like the picture of the chicken and the egg. Cut. And we've got this one and cut. And my last one and cut. All right, guys, so I'm going to show you some of these different pictures so we can take a look at them, okay? So we have a big chicken. We have a chicken in an egg. We have eggs in the nest. Oh, I have a mom laying on an egg. We have a chick inside of an egg. Oh my goodness, so many. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, so guys, I know it's a little hard to see them all, but if you were to pick what would have to happen first in the life cycle of a chick, what would it be? Guess what I think that mom is doing right here? Shoop. I think she's laying the egg. That would be the first part to go ahead and make our chick live. So I'm gonna put this one first. Some of you might say, no, no, no. I start with it in the nest, and that's okay. And maybe at the very end, this is the baby in the egg, and he's laying his own. You gotta decide, but this is one I'm gonna choose to go first. So I'm gonna take it, and I'm going to put it glue on it or tape, whatever you have, and I'm gonna stick it right here. All right, so my first one is right here, tip top. The first part of my chicken life cycle is right there. Now, I said that that chicken is laying an egg. So what would come next? Would the baby chick come next? No. Would the grown-up chick come next? No. What would come next is the eggs inside of the nest. That mama chick laid that egg, and now the eggs are sitting there in their nest. So that's the one that I'm going to do next. Now, remember, we talked about this. What do eggs need to be able to stay safe? When we put them in the incubator, we make sure that they stay warm all the time, and we make sure that there's water in the air. And that helps the eggs to be able to grow. Did you know that ducks need different water in the air than chickens do? And did you know that duck eggs are stronger than chicken eggs? Because sometimes ducks lay their eggs by rocks, and so they have to be super strong so they don't get cracked or broken. All right, so we've done 2. Now these are our next 3. What do we think is going to come next? Is he going to be grown up? Is he going to hatch? Or is he still in that egg? He's still in the egg. That's right. So we're going to go ahead and take this guy and put him on next. Guys, inside the egg, he is warm and safe. He has that yolk in there that he can eat so that he has energy to get out. And this is where he stays safe. When you are a baby, to keep you safe, your mama keeps you in her tummy. She kept you in your tummy, and you were able to eat food through, remember, the umbilical cord, and you float around in kind of like a big balloon of water, and it's super cozy and it's super nice, and your mom takes good care of you. Well, with baby chicks, they stay inside their eggs where they're super nice and warm and safe, and the mom outside makes sure that it stays warm enough for the chick to be able to hatch. All right, baby chick inside the egg, going on my chart. Now guys, if you watch, there's arrows. Our arrows show us which way we go. So right now we show the egg, that she's laying the egg, and then it goes to the eggs in the nest, and then it goes down here to the chicken in the egg, and what's going to be next? Let me hold up both my pictures and you can help me decide. What's next? That's right, that baby chick hatches. You guys remember our baby chicks we just made right here? Oh, I bet that they see a little crack and they think, oh, my baby's coming out, and then all of a sudden it pushes out, and then there's their baby chick, and their mamas love them so much. All right, so that's what we're going to put next, is that baby chick pushing its way out of the egg. All right, guys, let's stick it on and follow our arrows to see what's next. All right, so here's our chicken, and remember, he laid his eggs, and the eggs are in the nest. Then we have the chick in the egg growing and developing and staying safe, and then it pops out. Oh my goodness, guys. Uh-oh, I might have made a mistake. Oh, luckily I didn't. I forgot, I dropped one of my papers and I didn't account for it, but luckily that's what comes next. After that chick gets out of that egg, is he already a big? When you got out of your mommy's stomach, were you automatically a mommy or a daddy? No, you had to grow. So here's a picture of the chick growing. So we'll go ahead and put him on next. Now, guys, if it had been a different one, say I dropped the egg when it wasn't right, do you think I should cry and be sad because I messed it up? No.